welcome everyone to the How to Unlock the Profits Trapped in Your Business. The aim for this workshop, we want to keep it really short and succinct. We'll keep it very concise, but what we want to focus on today is a couple of specific things. We want to try and show you the one big difference between the 5% of businesses that crush it online and the 95% of businesses that fail. So most businesses don't work, but we want to try and show you the number one difference between those two scenarios. So that's one thing we'll be looking at. The next thing I want to share with you is our battle-tested 7-figure video marketing formula. So this is super simple, but we've been using it for a number of years and it has been incredibly successful. So I want to share that with you today as well. And also want to show you the 4 specific types of video every business now needs to create. And also we want to show you how to create social media videos, YouTube videos, sales videos, and online course videos in less than 10 minutes. So that's what we're trying to do today. That's our focus. That's what we want you to walk away with. All right, so what makes this workshop different? There's a lot of workshops and webinars out there. What makes this one different today is we're actually going to roll our sleeves up and do some work. So I actually want to do some live demos and show you how some of this stuff works in the real world. It's always tricky when you're using the internet for live demos, but we're going to give it a go and we'll see how we go creating actual real world assets that people can use in their business. So that's what's going to make this workshop different to most. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Dr. Anthony Fernando. I'm one of the owners of a company called Noble Samurai, and we're a software company. We're based in Melbourne, Australia. And what a lot of people don't know about Noble Samurai is essentially we're just a small team of friends that have been working together for nearly 10 years now. We've been online for over 10 years. We've been creating software. We all work remotely, so we all work from home. I'm currently in my study at home, and that's fantastic for those of us who have kids. I have 2 young kids, and so I'm able to work from home and spend time with my kids. It's also great for those of us who don't have kids like Wayne. Wayne gets to travel around the world and work from wherever he is. Where are you heading next, Wayne?
London, Ireland, and then back to Toronto.
Excellent. So Wayne's about to kick off another trip. He does that often. I think Wayne's been, I remember, Wayne, you once logged into a meeting from a baseball game. Where was that?
That one was in Toronto as well, actually. Yeah. Like the second innings of a baseball game.
And logged in, held up his phone and showed us where he was, which is very cool. But even being a very small team, the amazing thing these days is that over the last few years, we've created software that's been used by over 1 million people around the world. And our video creation platform has now been used to generate over 191,300 videos so far. So what I'll be sharing with you in this workshop is drawn from what's worked for our business, but also what's been working in our customers and our users' business. So hopefully that'll be really useful and insightful for you. Okay, and what we want you to walk away with is this notion of how to create a global small business. And a global small business is a business that has a small team. As you can see, there's seven of us at the moment. This very small team. You can make a global impact. You can generate 6 to 7-figure income, and what we try and focus on here at Noble Samurai is actually living that idea of a work-life balance, working from home, spending time with our families, but also having a great work life. And having fun along the way. That's something we also try and do. So that's our concept of what a great global small business can be. And that's the type of thing we want to share with you today. So let's kick it off. The one big difference between, yes, Wayno.
Sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to take this opportunity to let people know that they can type any questions to me in the chat room.
Yep.
So there is one question from Steve that I'm going to answer right now after I stop talking. But if anybody else has any questions and they want to just pop them into the chat room, that's why I'm here today. So Anthony will be doing the presentation. I'm here just answering questions in the chat room. So yeah, feel free to ask me anything.
Excellent. Thanks, Wayne. Thanks for clarifying that. So we will kick off now and get into the content. The first thing we're going to look at is the one big difference between the 5% of businesses that crush it online and the 95% of businesses that fail. And in looking at that, it's really important. One way we find a really useful way to think about your business is to see it as a combination safe. And your safe is locked And there's 4 digits of this. There's a code that you need to figure out in order to be able to open your business and unlock the profits in your business. And it's a really useful way to think about your business. And when people start creating an online business, or any sort of business really, the first thing they often start with is a product. And a product is an important part of a business, but it's really important to realize that a product is not the same thing as a business. You can actually have the greatest product in the world, excuse me, but your business will still fail unless you have the other 3 parts of the code or the combination to unlock the profits in your business. So product is important, but it's not the same as having a business. The next component or next part of the code that you need to unlock the profits in your business is traffic. And this is actually where a lot of people get stuck. They often get stuck looking at lots of different sources of traffic and looking at Facebook and YouTube and blogging and webinars and all of those types of things and trying to get traffic and connect it to their product. But what they don't realize is that unless you have the other 2 components or parts of this code, your business still won't work. So you do need a great product, and ideally you'd have a remarkable product that solves a specific problem in people's lives. And you do obviously need to get that message out and get new traffic in, but there are 2 other parts of the code that you need before you can really have a successful business. The third part of the code is an effective way to sell your product or service. And this is something a lot of people really struggle with, because I think the fact is not a lot of us are natural born salespeople. I think we'd often love to think that our product's going to be so good that it's going to sell itself, but that very, very rarely happens. And most, or really all successful business owners that I know, that we know, have made it a priority to get good at sales and marketing and being able to effectively communicate the benefits of their product and how it solves a particular problem. And that doesn't mean you have to become a slimy used car salesman type salesperson. It just means you have to be good at effective communication and effectively communicating the benefits of your product and how it solves your users' problems. But even if you have a great product, a really remarkable product that genuinely helps people, you've got traffic, you've got a source of leads, and you've got an effective way to sell your product, your business still won't work until you have the final component of this code. And the final component is trust. Because the fact is that no one will buy from you unless they trust you. So it's really important to figure out how to develop that sense of trust. And really, it's only when you have these 4 parts of the code all together that you can then unlock the profits locked and trapped currently in your business. So if you look at this, you might be thinking about your business and you might be thinking, well, I've got a great product, and yes, I've been dabbling with traffic, but I haven't really been thinking about how to build trust with people, and I'm not great at the sales side of things. So that's what we're going to dive into these in a bit more detail, but I want to just present that framework to you for you to start thinking about your business. And are you missing a component of this code at the moment, or one or more parts of this code in your business? Alrighty, so that really, we had this question of what is the one big difference between the 5% of businesses that crush it online and the 95% of businesses that fail. The answer really is that a lot of businesses we see and a lot of business owners we talk to are sitting in this position here, where they've got a great product and they've been looking at different sources of traffic. So they're trying to look at their blogging, they're doing ads on Google AdWords or Facebook, and they're trying to connect it to their product. But at the moment, what they're really missing is a way to build trust and a way to effectively sell their product. So this is what a lot of businesses look like. The businesses that really do well online are those businesses that have all the pieces of this combination in place. So, and you can actually see this for yourself. If you think about the last time you bought something, it was probably related, you probably heard about it somewhere, and so you were part of that traffic, they grabbed your attention. Then you found out something, you maybe got a free offer or some sort of free information, and then you started to get to know, like, and trust the people associated with that company. And then they put a great offer in front of you, and so you purchase something, and hopefully hopefully you got a great product that solved your problem. So that's generally the scenario that happens before any of us actually make a purchase. So that's the way to think about it. And that's the key difference. The businesses that are struggling and fail online are those that have one or two of these pieces of the combination. The ones that succeed are the ones that have every single piece of the combination and have spent time to optimize each piece of that combination. Alrighty, so we're now going to move on to video, and I want to talk to you about video and share with you our battle-tested 7-figure video marketing formula. So I want to start with a quick story, and the story is it's actually about my father-in-law, Frank. And my father-in-law ran a very successful removals company for over 35 years. And a couple of months ago, I was sitting down with my father-in-law, and he was trying to figure out why his telephone directory ads just weren't working anymore. And they'd been working for many, many, many years, and he was trying to figure out what was going on with them. And so I tried to explain to him that not a lot of people use telephone directories anymore. And if people want to find a service like a removal company, usually they will grab their phone and look it up online. And I thought about our conversation afterwards, and I thought about it quite a lot. And I realized that what had happened was that my father-in-law had been focusing on a tried and true and tested advertising strategy, these telephone directory ads. And while he'd been doing that, it was almost as though the rest of the world had moved on, and that we'd moved on to online and online advertising and phones and mobiles and all of that sort of things. And he'd kind of missed that a little bit and been a little bit left behind. And the good news is he then was able to sell his business and retire. So the story does have a happy ending. But the reason I tell this story is because if you're not using video in your business at the moment, then the same thing that happened to my father-in-law is actually happening to you right now. The world is moving on and you're being left behind. And the reason that's happening is because we now live in a video-first world. And I think some of these stats are incredible. According to Cisco, by 2020, online videos will make up more than 80% of all internet traffic. And that basically means that the whole internet is becoming a massive video distribution network. So that's what's happening out there at the moment. Another incredible stat is that users are watching more than 500 million hours of video every single day on YouTube. And over 500 million people are watching Facebook videos every day. And so we're in this amazing time where everything is moving towards video. And I used to say to people, if you're not using video in your business, you will get left behind. But I'm really now starting to say to people, if you're not using video in your business, you actually are being left behind. All right, so what we want to do now is I want to show you and give you an idea of how to think about video and video marketing in your business. And the good news is that if you understand the combination safe view of a business, then you already have a fantastic framework for understanding video marketing. Because if you agree that every business needs to generate traffic, they need to build trust, they need an effective way to sell their product, and they need to deliver a great product, then you already realize that an effective framework for using video is to create videos to generate traffic, videos to build trust, videos to sell your product, and videos that actually are your product. If you're creating an information-based product, then it might be an online course, and videos that they actually present your information and are your product. If you've got a physical product or a service, you might create videos to help people understand and train people on how to use your product. But they're really guys, these are the only 4 types of videos you need to create for your business. And that forms the basis of our video marketing formula and strategy. This is something we've been using for many, many years. And every time we try and do a promotion or a campaign of any sort, this is kind of how we think about things. We think about, all right, the first thing is traffic. How do we create videos to generate traffic? And more these days, that's we're looking at targeting a specific audience, having video-based ads and promoting them on platforms like Facebook and Instagram. And what we're finding more and more is these are usually very short, and people's attention spans are getting shorter and shorter. And what we're finding is that in terms of getting these ads, we need to try and do a couple of things. First, we need to reach out and grab people's attention and grab the attention of the specific target audience we're looking for. Then we need to immediately present a really great benefit. And we need to follow up very quickly with a call to action, because people aren't watching long videos on these especially on the social platforms. So that's kind of how we think of traffic and trying to generate traffic. Then you move on to trust. And how do you build trust? One of the best ways to build trust is to give value for free, to provide genuine value that genuinely helps people. And another great thing, excuse me guys, is to try and educate and explain a particular area. So if you can explain something to people and really make it crystal clear and help them understand something, that often generates a great deal of trust. And so explaining things, educating things, and providing people with practical, useful help that they can use and improve their lives. That's far and away the best way to build trust. And I'll show you a specific example of that in just a moment. We then move on to sales videos and creating video sales letters. In the past, we used to all have very long form sales letters, but people these days are reading less and less. If you land on a page now, I know when I land on a web page, what I look for immediately is I want to see that short video that explains what this product or service is about, takes me through it. I don't want to sit there and read a really, really long sales page. So there's been a definite move towards video sales letters. And a great way, if you're just starting out and you're just trying to figure out how to create a sales video, and we'll look at another specific example of this a little bit later on, but a great, very simple model is to present the problem or explain the problem that your users are facing, then agitate that problem with specific examples that help people understand that you know exactly what it's like, and then present your product as the solution to that product or that problem, and finish up by creating an irresistible offer and putting it in front of people. So it doesn't have to be complicated. You can follow that simple formula to create an effective sales video. So that's creating sales videos. And as I mentioned, your product, if you're in the information space and creating courses, it could be an online course, or if you've got a physical product or you're trying to sell a service, another good way to think of the product side of things is to deliver videos that have training and show people how to use your product. So for us, we're a software company. We don't sell information, but we always use video to help people understand how to use our software products. So that's basically our formula that we've using for many years now, just to think about video in every aspect of that process: how to build traffic, how to generate traffic, how to build and generate trust, how to sell effectively, and then how to deliver your course or your training. Alrighty, so what I want to do now is move on to this next slide, which really shows one of the biggest problems that exist with video these days. So one of the biggest problems that exists with video is that they're so hard to create. People are starting to understand from a business perspective that there's been this shift away from text-based information to video-based information. But when you start to try and create videos, often people will look at the established video creation platforms like Final Cut Pro or Adobe Premiere. And the problem with these platforms is that they're incredibly hard to learn how to use. There's a massive learning curve, and it can literally take months or even years to get really good at using these types of products. And we often talk to people who are struggling with this. And even if you get good at using these products, it can still take a long time to create a single video, because what you'll find is creating a video with this kind of timeline editor type structure is very complex. There's a lot of decisions and it's very, very fiddly. It's great for high-end animation and movies and those sorts of things. But for creating business videos quickly and easily, it's really quite difficult. And the other option, I guess, is available to business owners is to try and outsource their video creation. But that gets ridiculously expensive. Just to give you an idea, in preparation for this workshop, I jumped on Fiverr and I typed in explain a video, and these are the results that came back. So these are in Australian dollars because I'm in Australia, but I was really shocked to see the results that came back. So you can see that some of these videos, they start at, the cheapest one is 422 Australian dollars, but there's one here that is a explain a video in outline graphic style, which is $3,026, and it goes up to one down here, which is a live action explainer video for $7,742, and that's for a single video, which is just crazy, we thought anyway, and that's why we ended up creating our Content Samurai, which is our web-based video creation platform that takes all the hard work out of creating business-related videos. So what I want to try and do now is move on to this idea of showing you how to create social media videos, YouTube videos, sales videos, and online course videos in less than 10 minutes. And we want to do that by using a real world specific example. So this is where I promised we'd roll our sleeves up and dive in and do some real work. So we're going to look at a company which is a physiotherapy company. So they provide physiotherapy services. They're based in Sydney, Australia. And we're going to look at how they can use video in a real world setting. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to switch over and jump over to the Bodyworks Physiotherapy website. So this is their website. This is all live, and yeah, we'll see how we go with the internet and all of those sorts of things, but let's see if we can do this. So I'm going to go to the Bodyworks Physiotherapy blog, and I'm going to come down here. So this is their blog. I'm going to look at one of their blog posts, which is Poor Posture Causing Your Pain? So it's a blog post about posture. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. I'm going to copy that text, and then I'm going to switch over to Content Samurai. And so this is Content Samurai, and I'm going to go create a new video. And now we've broken things down into 6 super simple steps. So the first step is just to choose a template. And you'll see here that we've got templates for turning an article or blog post into a video. We've got other templates for creating sales videos. We've got templates for building online course videos, and we've got templates for social media videos. So remember, they're those 4 things that we talked about. We tried to actually build the product around those 4 things, around those 4 jobs to be done. You've got videos to generate traffic. You've got videos to build trust, which is great in terms of presenting information from an article or blog post. You can do that as a video. It's a great way to build trust. Then you've got sales videos to convert visitors into customers, and then you've got videos for creating an online course, and that's where you present your information. So we actually tried to build the product around that framework that's been working for us over many, many years, and that was the idea behind the product. So I'm going to start with an article or blog post because I just copied that blog post. These are different. I then select a look and feel that I like. I can watch a preview here if I want to, but I'm just going to go ahead and use this template. I'm then going to copy or paste in that text from that blog post that I just copied. I'll give it a title. And then I'll come down here and click Create Slides for your video. And so what Content Samurai is doing now is it's analyzing the article text, it's breaking it up, it's then putting it on each slide, but it's going further than that. It's then analyzing each segment of text and then looking for images and trying to find the best image it can for that particular sentence or fragment, and then populating my slides. So when I come in here, I've actually got the basis of a video finished and done. So I can then, instead of starting from scratch and trying to figure out slide by slide, what should I put here, what should I put there, I can just review what the system has automatically generated and tweak things as I go. So what I'm going to do now is, this is, as I said, this is a real world example. We're doing this live. So I'm going to go through and actually create this video. So I'm going to tweak a few things. Now, by tweaking a few things, I'll show you what the software does and how the system works. So I'm going to come in here. Do you have a desk job? The system found a picture of a desk, which isn't too bad. I'm going to change it to this one. I can then change the position of the text. So I'm going to come across here, and I can also zoom in and move around my images. So make that there. That looks pretty good to me, so I'll leave that there. I'll then move down to my next slide, which is, do you sit in business meetings for long periods? Now, the other thing I can do is I can also search for video clips. So let me just go and do a search for meetings. And then I can, as I hover over here, I can see a quick preview of the video clips. And I might think, okay, that's a video clip of a meeting. And then if I hover over my main slide, I actually see the video playing in the background. So I can get a sense of what that looks like. I might choose to change the layout here. The other thing I can do, I can also upload my own clips. And so you can come in here, you've got your upload library. You can scroll down. I did actually find a good video of a business meeting here, so I'll add that. If I roll over there, that actually looks pretty good to me. So I'm going to go with that one. We'll then come down here. I'll go back to looking for images. Do you have pain in your hips, back, shoulder, or neck? I might do a search for neck pain. And the system has access to over 125 million images. So that actually looks like a pretty good neck pain image. I might change the layout that way. All right. And then if you answered yes, you may have any of these. You may have poor posture. That's not a bad image for posture. Okay, and then I'll keep coming down. So as you can see, it's very quick and easy to do this. You're just reviewing what's already there. Sedentary in a home. Sedentary to me means sort of lazy. Might find a better picture for lazy. Okay, let's go with a dog picture, because every video needs a picture of a dog. A wide range of musculoskeletal problems. I'll change the text to that. Actually, the images associated with neck pain were quite good. So that one looks pretty good. Few tips: improve your posture. It's not a bad image for posture. So come down, just change it up a bit. Top of your monitor. So it's found a computer monitor, which is great. I can look at some other options for computer monitors if I like. Scroll down, go with that one maybe. Again, move the text around. And we're going through, if you work on a laptop, so it's found a picture of a laptop. I might get a little bit more specific and look for a laptop stand. And as you can see, I'm being a bit fussy and picky here, but you can, the images that have been here have been, you know, are very, very usable, and we could just click through and go through, but let me just keep going. Your ankles, knees, so images of knees. You can generally find images and clips for most things that you need. So we'll quickly work through. It's found a picture of a chair. Let's see if we can find an office chair, because this is a video for a physiotherapy company. So we'll try and find a picture of an office chair. That lady looks good. Move her up a bit. Don't remain in the one position for too long. I wouldn't want to remain in that position for too long, for sure. Let's see what else we have. That's not a bad image. This is actually a lot of fun when you're flicking through and doing this. And the idea here is, I'm just going to think core strength, I think abs. Finding pictures of people with nice abs. That's looking good. Glass of water. So glass, that looks great. Might move that up a bit. Make that a little bit. Okay, exercise, what have we got? Looks a bit too full on, so we'll change that up. It's probably a nice picture for exercise. And speak to one of our therapists. Again, as I mentioned, you can upload your own clips. I might add a clip. Let's see, physiotherapy kind of clip, if I can find one. No, clips, not images. All right, where are my clips? All right, I might use that one. And I can copy the previous image or video onto another slide by linking the slides, as you can see here. I might just change this to highlight the phone number. And we're done. So the other thing I can do here is I can also add a video clip. So rather than, you can add video clips as you're seeing behind your text, but you can also add video clips at the beginning, at the end, or in between slides. So this is great for, you can add a talking head video or a product demo or any type of clip. So I'm going to add a video clip. I'm going to add an intro clip, and I'll use the same clip at the end. Yes, Wayne.
Could you stop on a slide that just has an image for me? I want to just answer a question that came through in the chat room.
Sure thing.
Good. So any image, that's fine. Somebody asked why the image is hazy. Now, what's actually happening to make this system a lot quicker is when you slide through really quickly from the first slide to the last slide, what you're first going to see is a thumbnail version of the image, which is a lower resolution version of that image.
Mm-hmm.
If you stick around for long enough, Ant's connection's pretty good. Some people in Australia and other parts of the world not so good, so you'd see the thumbnail for a little bit longer, and then it would automatically change to a more crisp image. This particular one that we're seeing right now, it's actually a really good image. It may be because Ant's sharing his screen that it's not really popping from what we're seeing, but all of the images are really high quality, but when you're scrolling through really quickly, to make things a lot quicker, we just throw up a thumbnail version of that image, which is why you might see a bit of haziness. But you'll see in the downloaded version that these images are full quality.
Okay, thanks for clearing that up, Wayne. As from my perspective here, as I'm working, I see a thumbnail image for about a fraction of a second, then I see the real image. So there's no real, I don't have a sense of it being hazy at all. Maybe that's just coming through because we are doing a live demo and we're doing this live. So there's no smoke and mirrors here, guys. We just want to show you how things work. So that's possibly what's happening with Zoom. Zoom takes up a lot of resources. So my guess is that that's what's happening. All right, so we've just been through, we've tweaked our slides a bit. We've added video clips to the background. We've added some clips at the beginning and the end, and we're just going to go through to the next stage. As you see, we're stepping down to this, which is the voice track options. And so you can choose to have, there's 4 options. You can choose to have the music only in the background, or you can choose auto voice, which uses a synthesized voice. I'll play a quick example of one of those. Now, I may not have shared this with, let me just do a new share so you can hear my sound. All right, so these are the synthesized voices, and the reason that we put these in the application is because this area is moving so fast in terms of artificial voices, AI, machine learning. It's just moving incredibly fast. And at the moment, these voices are a little robotic, but we think in 6 to 12 months, it's going to be really hard to differentiate between a computer voice and a human voice. So let me play a quick example. We'll start with, say, there's should also show you that there's US-based voices, there's UK voices, and there's Australian voices as well. So this is an example of the female US voice called Heidi.
Hi, my name is Heidi and I would love to read the script for your video. So sit back, relax, and I'll do all the hard work for you.
Okay, and let me show you an example of a male UK voice. Let's try Harry.
Hi, my name is Harry and I would love to read the script for your video. So sit back, relax, and I'll do all the hard work for you.
So you can use those voices. We've found that a lot of people are using them who have people who just hate the sound of their own voice. They're finding this really useful. But what we're really excited about is where this technology will be in 6 to 12 months because it's just moving so fast. The other options are to record your own voice track within the app. And what we've done here to make it super simple is we've broken it down to so that you can record 1 sentence at a time. One thing that people really struggle with is having a script and trying to start at the first line, record, and get through to the end without making a single mistake or stutter or anything like that. Most of us, unless you're a trained actor, struggle with that. So what we've done is you can record each sentence one at a time, and then the system automatically stitches it together to create your voice track, which is really great. The other option is to upload a voice track. So if you don't want to do your voice track at all, what we've found really, really useful is to get someone on Fiverr to record a voice track for you, and then they'll deliver you an MP3. You can then upload it, which is what I'll do now. Here we go. So the Physio Audio MP3, I'll upload that now. And the system then uploads your MP3, codes it into the right format, and then it automatically listens to your MP3 and aligns your slides to that audio, which is one of the best things about the software. So you don't have to, in the past, you used to have to sit there and try and manually align everything. You don't have to do that anymore. So you can then go to preview your video. And so it's now figuring out the timing that's listening to the audio, putting the slides in the right place so it matches the audio. That's what it's doing at the moment. It's almost done. It's cranking away. Let's figure that out. Now it's building the preview so that you can see a preview of your video. You can then select a background music. So you can choose from a range of background music, and we've actually cleared all the licenses for these background music, so you can use them on social media. You can use them anywhere without having any problems with your account getting banned. So we've specifically selected these and made sure that we've got the licensing for you, so you can choose anything there. You can also add a watermark. To create a watermark, you just upload an image and you can change the size and opacity. I've done that already for the Bodyworks Physiotherapy, so you can see that this is a great way to brand your videos, and this helps avoid, there's a lot of content theft out there at the moment. So you don't want people taking your videos and just using them as though they're their own. So being able to brand your video with a watermark is actually more and more important these days. You can then watch a preview of your video here and get a sense of it, or you can just move on, which I'll do now to save time, and hit generate. And in terms of generating the video, it does take between 5 and 10 minutes, but you're effectively done now. You can walk away, focus on different aspects of your business, and this will render in the background and be ready for you. So that's how to create a video in under 10 minutes from a real world blog post. Blog posts are a great way. If you've got a blog and you've been blogging for a while, that is really just a gold mine of content, because you can take each blog post, think of it as a video script. And as you've seen, you can, excuse me, do this process, drop in your blog post, and within under 10 minutes, you can have a video done and dusted, which is really, really exciting. Okay, so that's an example of what we can do with a blog post. And that example that we've just gone through is a really good example in terms of trust. So, excuse me, guys. That video, that article it's a great article. It helps educate people about posture. It gives practical, useful help. So it's a great way to build trust. So the other types of videos that you can create using Content Samurai, let's have a look at, just go through these and have a look at them one at a time. So in terms of traffic, we talked about social media being a great source of traffic and needing to create short videos that grab people's attention. So let me just show you a quick example of that. Here's an example that we've used on social media ourselves. So I'll just play this and let you hear this video. So that's an example of kind of a social media traffic generation video. We've also, then we looked at trust, and the one we did for the physiotherapy is a great example of that. Now, probably the place that most people struggle with, the thing that most people struggle with here is the sales video, because people just don't like the concept of selling. And so when you're looking at selling and sales, it's really important to remember that there's 2 steps to the process. So hang on a sec. Right, so the first step is to write an effective sales message. And then the second step is to convert that sales message into a video. Now, it used to be that creating the video was the hard part, but as you've seen already, creating a video from a text script is actually super simple now. So that's no longer the hard part. But what is hard for a lot of people is writing an effective sales message. So the other thing I want to share with you today is we do have another product. So this is rendering away in the background here. which is great. We have another product called Vidsy. And what Vidsy does is it helps you actually write an effective sales message. So I just want to quickly show you how that works and then give you an idea of how it then integrates and can be used with Content Samurai. So the way Vidsy works is you create a new sales script. I'll give it a name, so call it Physio. I can then select a template, and remember I mentioned about a simple problem agitation solution is a great simple way to write a sales message. So there's a template here, we're going to use that template. I'll click next, and the way Vidsy works is that it breaks the process of writing a sales message down into 9 simple steps. And for each simple step, or each step, you watch a quick video that explains the steps. So this video just explains that asking a question can be a great way to start a sales message. Then you get to look at some full examples, and these are drawn from a wide range of different industries, and it gives you some ideas and prompts. So if you're in, say, a plumber, is a leaky tap driving you mad, or a migraine's ruining your life? So it's asking that question about the problem that people are experiencing. And so let's look at the physiotherapy example. If we're creating a physiotherapy video, a sales video for that physiotherapy company, there's one here that is based on chiropractor, but that's quite similar. So I'll click, is a lower back pain ruining your life? I'll click that example. When you select an example, it then copies it down here where you can tweak it and make it your own. And then if you use over here, your video script builds up step by step. So let's just do a couple of steps so you can see how that process works. So the second step is to connect with the viewer and say that you understand how they are, you understand what they're going through. There's different ways of saying that. Perhaps we can help. I know how you feel. If so, I feel your pain. It might be relevant for a physio example. So we'll go next. And then the next step is to describe the problem. Again, you can look at full examples here. Let's have a look. So lower back, that's a good example. So we'll do that example here. And so you describe the problem. Then the next step is to describe the ideal solution. Ideally, you'd be able to get access to a qualified chiropractor. So we select that example. Now, because we're talking about physiotherapy, we'll just tweak this a little bit. Physiotherapist who can diagnose the root cause of your back pain. So we can go to the next step. And as you can see over here, your script builds up step by step. I won't go through the whole process because, well, it takes a little while. We're up to 5 of 9, so you get a sense of how quick it can be. At the end, you will go through and you'll have a full video script here, or an effective sales message script there. You can then copy that to the clipboard, jump over to Content Samurai, which is still rendering, but then select a sales template and render out a sales video. So to give you an example of what that might look like, here's, based on a very similar script, here's a sales video that we created for, that physiotherapy company. So let's take a look at a quick example made using the exact same process that you saw last time. So let me just play this. Is lower back pain ruining your life? If so, then I feel your pain. There's nothing more debilitating than an inflamed lower back that sends searing pain shooting down your legs every time you bend over, sneeze, or try and get out of bed. When faced with back pain, most people swallow some painkillers and try to push through the discomfort. The big problem with this approach is that something that starts out as back pain can quickly escalate into a serious spinal problem. And if you don't know what you're dealing with, masking your pain with self-prescribed medication can make it even worse. What you really need is access to a qualified physiotherapist who can diagnose the root cause of your back pain and put together an effective treatment to get you back on your feet. That's why today we're thrilled to announce our brand new Back on Track program. Here at Bodyworks Physiotherapy, we've been supporting local families like yours for over 7 years. And our new Back on Track program means that one of our qualified physiotherapists will put together a step-by-step recovery program that is tailored to your specific needs. To help you make the right decision for you and your back, we offer a completely free, no obligation 15-minute consultation. During your consultation, we assess your back and give you a clear indication of what would be involved in stabilising your condition and eliminating your pain. And this is all done at no cost to you. So you've really got nothing to lose and a lifetime of pain-free activity to gain. So call us now on 02 4952 7033 and let's get you back on track. Okay, so as you can see, guys, that followed that simple formula that I told you about. It described the problem. It agitated the problem with specific examples, like when you sneeze, that's when you really feel a sore lower back. And then it presented the Back on Track program as the solution. And then it made an irresistible offer, which is a free consultation. And so if you're in that position, that will grab your attention. It'll make you understand that these guys have a great solution to your problem. And then it's got a call to action at the end.
Hey, Anth, I'd set a few questions if you don't mind.
Sure.
One question from Joe, which you may have showed off and I was too busy looking at the chat, but was that recorded, that video you just showed, the demo video, was it recorded sentence by sentence, so in the app, or did you upload a voice track?
That one I just showed you there was me. It had my voiceover, and I recorded it in the app, and I recorded one sentence at a time, and then the software stitched it together to create that soundtrack. That's how it works.
Yep. Cool. And there was another question from Leon. Said, that's a great video. Do we have access to it? So that is an example video that's in the app, isn't it? It's a... is it the chiropractic video?
Yeah, so for each video in the application, there is a preview. Just trying to think. It could be that for the sales video, or it could be a different one. But there is examples that utilize for each of the templates, for sales videos, for online course videos, for social media videos, for article to blog posts. I think the article to blog post example is an example that we've just done. I'm trying to make it render live so you get a real end-to-end feel for how this works.
Yep.
But yeah, so there are examples for each template. There is an example, a full worked example that you can see and watch.
Yeah, that's right. So when you select your template, what happens is you click on one of the templates from the template section, and then the screen expands a little bit, and you get an example video to sort of just check out. So you will find that video or a very similar version of the video you just saw Anth play that's ready to download now. In the actual template section of the app.
All right, guys. So I'm going to download that video to my computer. So as I said, this is completely 100% live demo, which is awesome. I'm so glad it rendered in time. I'm going to now open that video and play it for you. So this is the video that we actually started and worked on and made from start to finish in under 10 minutes today, based on the blog post.
Before you do that, I think your QuickTime's just a bit loud, maybe. Would you mind just go into the volume bit to the left and just moving it just a bit to the left? Yeah, sure. Maybe like that.
Okay, let's give that a go. Here we go. So this is the video we actually created from the Bodyworks Physiotherapy blog post. We copied the blog post, dropped it in. We automatically generated the slides. We tweaked them a bit, and this is what we ended up with. So here we go.
Do you have a desk job? Do you sit in business meetings for long periods? Do you have pain in your hips, back, shoulders, or neck? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then you may have poor posture. As a society, we are becoming more and more sedentary in our home and work lives. This can lead to a wide range of musculoskeletal problems that usually involve pain and discomfort. Here are a few tips that you can try in order to improve your posture. The top of your computer monitor should be level with your eyes. If you work on a laptop, get a detachable keyboard and place your laptop on something to lift the screen up without affecting your ability to type. Remember the 90 degrees rule. Your ankles, knees, hips and elbows should all be sitting at 90 degrees. Get a good sturdy chair with a decent back support. Don't remain in the one position for too long. You see, even those with good core strength and control will struggle to remain in the same position for hours at a time. Just taking the time to get a glass of water, go to the photocopier or the bathroom is beneficial, as it gives your postural muscles a chance to rest. If you still struggle, you may need a specific exercise program to strengthen up your core muscles. Speak to one of our therapists today. Call 4952 7033 to make an appointment.
Alrighty, and just in case people are wondering, in terms of the intro and outro clips, that's something else we got done at Fiverr. So we just asked someone on Fiverr, they created it in less than 24 hours, and they gave us that intro and outro animation that we were able to upload. So hopefully that gives you an idea of just how easy it is to create great looking videos for your business using Content Samurai. Alrighty guys, we are going to wrap things up. So let me just move this. Just want to do a super quick recap of what we've covered today. So we started by looking at the question, what is the one big difference between the 5% of businesses that really work online and succeed online and the majority of businesses that don't? And what we saw was that we had this idea of the combination safe, and that you needed every part of the combination in order to unlock the profits trapped in your business. And most businesses, the businesses that don't succeed, only have one or two parts of this combination in place. The businesses that do succeed have each one of these parts of the combination in place, and that's what makes all the difference. And you can see it for yourself as you look and buy something. You'll feel yourself going through this process. You'll get drawn in as traffic. You'll get to know, like, and trust the company or the person, and then they'll present a great offer, and then you'll hopefully get a remarkable product that genuinely helps you. So that's the framework we looked at. That is the difference between basically businesses that work and businesses that don't. We then looked at our battle-tested 7-figure video marketing formula, and we saw that what we've done in the past over many years is use that framework with the idea of video to create specific videos for each part of the process. Videos to generate traffic, videos to build trust, videos to sell. And we've looked at, and in this case, we've looked at specific examples of videos for traffic, video for trust from the blog posts, and we've looked at how to create a sales video. The one thing I didn't show you, which I'll just quickly show you, is the product, the online course side of things. Here's a quick example that we have of someone who's created an online course video. So if you've got a course and you're trying to create the videos of the modules of your course, this is a super quick example of how that can work.
Hi guys, and welcome to video 5 of the Fit Mom Nutrition module. In this video, I want to share with you 3 of my top eating tips. These simple tips will help you to stop stressing out about food and allow you to put your healthy eating plan on autopilot. Specifically, we'll be covering 1. Eating triggers, 2. Clean and treat days, 3. Portion control. Okay, let's get started. Food tip number 1. Eating triggers. Let me ask you a question. Why do you eat? The obvious answer is because I'm hungry. But when you dig a little deeper, you'll discover that the reasons we eat often have nothing to do with hunger. For example, I used to eat junk food whenever I got stressed.
Leave that one there. Just wanted to show you. Sorry, go on it.
Were you speaking while the video was playing? That's something we couldn't hear.
No, I wasn't.
Well, no problem.
I might have mentioned 1 or 2 things, but really that was just an example of a course video, and you can see it's a really effective way to communicate your course content. It's the same strategy. You drop in your script, you might have your course in PDF form. You can really quickly translate that into a video-based course, and you can then sell that at a much higher price point because there's a much greater perceived value in a video-based course rather than just a text-based course. All right, so we've now seen an example of a social media video we've gone through and created transformed a blog post into a video, which is a great way to build trust and deliver practical information. We looked at a sales video as well, and we use Vidsy to generate our script, so write our sales message. You can tell, I'm not sure if you can hear my kids in the background, but it's, you can certainly see that I do work from home. And then we've also now looked at an online course module. All right, so that is what we wanted to share with you today. And then the other thing we did, we looked at examples of how to create these videos in less than 10 minutes, which we did live, and you saw a live demo that we did from start to finish. I hope that's been useful for you guys. If you are interested in using Content Samurai, we do have a very special offer for everyone who's watched this workshop, and it's exclusive to people who have watched and been on this workshop. So Content Samurai usually retails at $47 per month. But what we want to try and do is, for people who are watching this and this workshop today, is provide you with a 25% discount to make things even better. And that means you get access to the full version of Content Samurai for $35 a month. And that means you can create unlimited videos for your business for $35 a month, which, when you compare it to $7,000 for a single video, is a really great deal. We also want to give you a free lifetime Vidsy subscription, because what we've seen is that writing that sales message is often the place where people get stuck. So as part of this special offer, Vidsy usually costs $49 a month, which is $580 a year, but we want to give you a free lifetime subscription to Vidsy, which will help you create your sales messages for every product and business that you create, which is this is actually the first time we've added Vidsy as a free lifetime offer. And the other thing we'd like to do is also give you our free video traffic blueprint pack. And this is 5 fill in the blank templates that help you create traffic generating videos. So what we did, we analyzed some of the best traffic or best platforms on YouTube, and we tried to figure out what's their formula for creating videos. And for each formula, we created a template. You can just fill in the blanks, and then again, you've got a script you can then drop into Content Samurai and create traffic generating videos. So we tried to give you everything that you need from a traffic perspective, from a sales perspective, and you've seen how easy it is to create videos using Content Samurai. So that's what we've got for everyone who's been on this workshop today. So that's at least $637 of value for just $35 USD today. And that offer is available. It's exclusive to this workshop, so people who've watched this workshop and been on here, and it's available until next Friday at 5 p.m. And so this is the special link that you'll need to get access to that offer. If you type that link in, you'll get access to that offer. You can't, offer's not, I don't want to sound like an infomercial, but it's not actually available anywhere else. But that's the link that you need to get access to this special offer. So I hope that has been useful to you guys, and we'll hopefully look forward to helping you out with your videos and your business using Content Samurai. So thank you very, very much, guys. We're bang on time. We're coming up to 8 o'clock in the morning here at 7:59. So we'll wrap it up there.